Yeah, we're all very excited. We're in the top six, but it's down to the work that we've been doing on the training pitch. When I first joined, I noticed straight away the levels and the plan that Mr. had for us this season, and to me, it's not as much a surprise to everyone else as to why we're in the top six. We're doing well, and we want to just keep it going. No, because it wasn't like we're losing games and we're not competing and we're not having chances. Against Villarreal, it's a really competitive game, and first half, arguably, we'd say was the better team. So, no, I don't think we need to worry at all. We're in the top six, and we're still competing in the two games that we've lost. So, it's just how we bounce back from them defeats. We're a resilient team and we're very strong-minded. So, a loss doesn't affect us in any way. Yeah, it was. So straight away I thought, penalty for the team. Made a reaction, and then I see a yellow card. I said, oh no. Yeah, it's crazy. Nah, for me it was a penalty, but it's the referee and they made his decision. So, but a yellow card, yeah, it's crazy. It's not been difficult in a sense where I'm enjoying my football, and I integrated into the team quite fast, and we were winning games. So the football side, really enjoying. The change for me is going from being around my family and my friends and the comfortabilities of my life to then completely just closing that door and I'm on my own. That's been a big change for me, but it's all part of the journey, and for me to reach the top level, you've got to make sacrifices. I don't know many people at the top of the game who haven't made sacrifices, so it's part of it, and I'm embracing every part of the journey.
And what about?
Yeah, they treated me so well, and just made me feel really special. You hear all the Dolandino, Maradona, and I see it on shirts. It's for me the support from the staff at Espanyol, my teammates, the supporters has been amazing, because it's when you're moving country, you're completely changing your life in a sense. It's nice to be accepted, and they've been really good with me. So yeah, I'm thankful. So when it got brought up to me, naturally you look into the club, and the thing that really took me was how passionate the supporters was. I know they had struggled the past couple of years, but it's a huge club with a lot of history, and they do a lot for the city and Barcelona too. So for me, it was just a really, really interesting club, and I'm proud to be a part of that. And you'd like to think that we're on the rise. So, back to where Espanyol belongs. So hopefully we can keep that going. Oh, that's mainly the thing that you want, is for your manager to have that trust in you, and I'm grateful that I've done that in a sense, because I've kind of implemented what he wanted me to do when I arrived. He told me what he wants me to bring to the team, and I'm just happy that the trust is repaying in a sense where I'm going on the pitch and doing what he asks, and I want to keep getting better. I'm not settling thinking, I start and that's that. I want to keep pushing, and hopefully I can keep impressing him, and keep getting more assists and get some goals for the team. For me, a lot is positionally, where to be on the pitch, depending where the ball is. That's been definitely one for me. I've had a few chats, not directly, but translators and everything like that, where just areas I need to be on the pitch to be effective. And as a winger, your job is to be dangerous. And yeah, he's taught me a lot in a sense where positionally, reactions when we lose the ball to win the ball back, and to be a threat, to use what my main asset is my skills and attacking players and making the team more direct. He tells me to bring all of that. He said, that's why I've brought you here, so excel in that. And he makes me play like myself, and that's when you play your best football. From starting, of course, for me, I want to contribute to the team anyway. If I'm in the starting 11, I give my all, and I can be dangerous. Coming off the bench, I can be dangerous also. So, but any player wants to be on the pitch, play of course, that's normal, and that's where I want to be. I want to be starting, and when you're coming off the bench, you want to prove to your manager and everyone, look, this is what I can do, and naturally it will get you in the team. So it's a competitive team, and it's a lot of great players. So the past few games when I came out of the team, I wasn't playing my greatest football, So I came out, and these good players stepping in. So it's a lot of good competition, and the team drive high standards all the time. So it's just about taking your chance. Well, when you're saying words like that, it's exciting. Like to even be in them conversations, and that's a lot of outside noise that we hear. Like we're just taking it as we go. We don't want to, look too far in the future, because football's a crazy game. It's anything can happen. So we're confident in what we can do, and we believe we can go out and compete every single game and put points on the board. And naturally, come the end of the season, if that's where we're at, then we're happy. Yeah. No, it will come. I'm still learning. I'm still transitioning into a new style of football, and I'm happy with my performances. Do I want to score goals? Of course, I'd want to score every single game if I could. But sometimes it just doesn't go that way. And if I was sitting there scratching my head thinking, I've not scored and blah blah blah, you just start. I've got to just keep doing what I do, and naturally the goals will come. And if I keep doing the right things and we're winning games, I can't complain too much. So there's two sides to it. On the left, I'm confident that I can cut inside, and that you can get more shots off, and you can be effective in that way. But on the right, like for Roberto's goal when I assisted, you can get more crosses off from the right, because you're predominantly on your stronger foot. So for me, it's not. I'm a footballer, so I can adapt into kind of across the front three anywhere. Like that's always been my game. But look, I played good off the left. I also play good off the right. So either way for me, if he puts me there, I'll do a job, and that's my role. No. Right or left, put me there, and I'll do my best. Just on the pitch, I'll play, and I'll give my all. For the team, I'll do my best. Yeah, that's the plan. Obviously, I signed a 3-year contract, and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving life since I've got to Barcelona and playing for Espanyol. So, hopefully I can keep creating good memories, on and off the pitch. I'm learning, the basics, and listening and talking in full sentences is difficult. But I know a lot of I say a lot. I know a few words, but for me it's putting them in sentences that's the difficult part. But I'm learning, and it's still early days. So hopefully the more time I keep doing it, the better I get. It's good. That, like I said, when that was me first meeting him, and we had a nice conversation, and it's good to see that he's really ambitious about the club, and he's putting a lot of faith into the club. So it's good, and we're all on the same journey together. So you'd think that we've all got a great relationship. So yeah, we're trying to achieve great things, and hopefully we can keep doing that. For me, long term, for me it's to. Well, the first was for me to come here and get into the starting 11, and that's because I know how difficult it is making the transition, and I've done that. But now it's just as a team, growing together, and trying to play in the big competitions. We want to be a team in La Liga that's always in the top six, and like I said, in these big competitions, that's what you want to do in football. You want to play against the best teams, the best players, and and we think we're a top team. So hopefully we can keep growing in that direction. It's difficult. Obviously, Barcelona have always consistently been a top team, and for us we've faced some difficulties, but now you'd like to think we're on the rise. And we don't want to get too far ahead. We just want to keep building, and we play them this season, and we'll go into the game confident, and yeah, we're just in a good place, and we don't want to get overly excited, but at the same time we must believe in ourselves, of course. Yeah, of course. That's any player wants to represent his country. That's their dream, and for me it's nice to be having these conversations now, but of course the feeling of being called up would be amazing. So for me, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing on the pitch, and keep pushing myself, and hopefully it can go in that direction one day, and I'd love that, of course. For me, after it was speaking to my agent about how we can make a difference. We don't want players going through these type of emotions. We know how difficult it is, because I've been there myself and been released from clubs. So I was just saying, how can we do something to do our part, to to make a difference, and he brought Go Again to me. He knew the guy who is operating Go Again, so it was from that really, and then we just kind of built from then, and just trying to make a difference, even if it's a small difference. It's good for us, even if we save one person or help one person. That's the main aim for us. Yeah, I think it's really important. The same way every club has a nutritionist, sports science, the gym. Like mentally, we should also be training our mental health to, because it's such an emotional sport. Like I could have the best game tomorrow, the week later I could have the worst game, and now the supporters are saying all sorts of things. It's such an emotional sport, and sometimes we just think, let's ignore it, like block it out. But at some point, it's going to affect you. So for me, it's just like you've got to look after your mental. That's for me. When you're feeling good, you play good, and if you're not right mentally on the pitch, it's going to show. So I think definitely having your mental health in a strong place and being able to talk about it as men, especially in this sport, is I don't see why we shouldn't keep speaking on it, because not only will it help us, it could help someone else who might be struggling, who looks up to you. So yeah, of course we're human. Like we all can't sit here now and say that you haven't cried before, or you haven't. We've cried. You know what I mean? Like I'm a man. I've cried. You know what I mean? I ain't afraid to admit it. And it's like my friends, like they are, in a sense, people would look and think macho men, but if they've got a problem, they can call me. And I think that's a special thing. I can do the same to them. I don't just want to tell them when things are going great. I want to be able to tell people and my friends and my family when things are going bad, because naturally that's what we're here for, right? That's why we're all family, we're all friends, we're connected. So we should be able to share these tough moments as well as our great moments. I think anyway. So I think once more of us can start doing that, I think we'll be going in a lot more of a positive direction.